Hello and welcome to CKE 10,000 Gaming Channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Weiss Schwarz Bofuri 8-choice deck profile. So we're running 8 choice climaxes, and we'll start by looking at the level 0s. Running 3 copies of Flare Excel Me. It has an on play, choose when your opponent's character is in the center stage to minus power. Also on play from hand, you can pay 1, discard a card, and search your deck for a character. So it's on play tutor. 3 copies of Chomping Down Maple, so when it hits the waiting room from the stage, you can discard a card, then look at the top 4 cards of your deck and choose a level 1 or higher character. And at your hand, you also just want it to help mill cards. 2 copies of On Play Ricky, and also when your other character's battle point becomes reversed, this card gets more power, but you usually just use it for the Ricky effect. This is a 003k Climax Swapper with a downside. It can't side attack, that's why it's base 3000. Running 2 copies of the yellow newbie players May and Yui Brainstormer. When your character trigger checks the climax, you can assign 1000 power to a character, and then it's a top 3 grab a card Brainstormer. Again, helps mill. And then 2 copies of the Salvaging 2 Faces Within Me Brainstormer, and it also assists level 0s in the middle position of your center stage for 1000 power. And 2 copies of Guildmaster Pain, which is an early play bottom deck bomber, and 2 102k Frederica backups, and 2 assists for 500. And when you use an act, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 1000 power on turn, so more power. Then 2 copies of Unbalanced Maple. When you play a class card, you can look at top 4 cards of your deck and choose a level 1 or higher card from among them, village your opponent per hand, put the rest in your waiting room, and it has an act. Rest this card, choose one of your opponent's characters and put it into their memory, and your opponent puts it back on from their memory onto any position of their stage. 4 copies of your low 1 combo, Guildmaster Maple. When Maple Tree is placed in your class area, if this card is in your center stage, you may choose a level X or lower character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. X equals to the number of maple trees in your waiting room. So that's why you want to mill a lot with the deck before playing your 1 combo. And it has a Resonate, reveal any number of Loving Sacrifice Maple in your hand. When this card attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, this card gets plus X power until the end of opponent's next turn. X equals to the number of cards you revealed times 1500. So Loving Sacrifice Maple is your level 3. And then running 2 copies of early play Change Punish Backer. 2 copies of For the Win Kanade. All your other Loving Sacrifice Maple and Atrocity Maple get the following ability. This card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects, and has a second effect, which is Act. Put 2 cards from your hand in your waiting room, rest this card, choose a card in your waiting room with the same card name as a character on your stage, and put it on any position on your stage. So it clones something. So you want more copies of this on your stage. So if you have 1, you can clone it. 3 copies of your early play Kanade that heals and gets power for the turn. 1 copy of Machine Gun Maple for your stock wash. 4 copies of Giant Killing Mei and Yui. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, if you have 4 more game characters, you can choose a game character in your waiting room and put it into your stock, so it refunds you 1 stock after playing it. And this ability, second effect, is auto. This ability activates up to once per turn. During the turn that the card is placed on stage from your hand, when damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room and deal X damage to your own. X equals the number of the level of that card plus 1. So it's a Musashi. And 4 copies of Loving Sacrifice Maple. It's an early play, and when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal. And when this card attacks, if Loving Sacrifice in your class area and you have 4 or more other game characters, this card gets plus 2500 power and the following ability until your opponent's next turn. This character facing this card gets minus 2 souls, so it's your soul wall. And then for the climaxes, 4 copies of Maple Tree for your low 1 combo, and 4 copies of Loving Sacrifice for your level 3 soul wall combo. Alright. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com in the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.